Today I fucked up by trusting my girlfriend over my best friend. I, 23M, broke up with my girlfriend, 22F, today. My girlfriend and I had been dating for the past 6 months and everything was going great because she was my first serious relationship in almost 3 years. I'm usually a non-argumentative person, which is why I tend to avoid any confrontations with her and try to dissolve any misunderstandings up front. However, a few weeks ago my best friend who I've known since college texted me saying that she needed to talk to me about my girlfriend. I was initially confused on why she couldn't do it through text messages, but I ended up meeting up with her just to discuss the issue. She told me that she saw my girlfriend out with another person, in which I responded with skepticism. I asked her for proof, in which she couldn't provide because she was apparently too shocked to think about snapping a picture as evidence. I told my best friend that I didn't want to continue on with the topic because I couldn't believe that my partner would do that to me, as I thought I had a pretty clear grasp on her personality. She agreed and we changed the topic and ate brunch together before I decided to head back home. I left the conversation in the back of my mind for a few weeks and didn't think much about it and just carried on with my life. However, just yesterday when my girlfriend came over to my house to spend some quality time, I caught a glimpse of her texting another guy with the kind of smile that I thought was only reserved for me while she thought that I was still asleep. My mind instantly flashed back to the conversation from just a few weeks ago as I began to connect the dots. It's shameful to admit this, but I practically flew into a blind rage as I confronted her on who she was texting. She was shocked as she didn't think I was awake, and my heart immediately sank as her first reaction was to hide the phone away from me. She obviously vehemently denied that she was texting someone that I needed to be concerned about, and that I should know that she would never do anything like that to me based on her past history of being cheated on. I softened up and told her to just show me the phone since she obviously has nothing to hide, but she refused due to privacy reasons. This immediately set off alarm bells again as I told her to leave my room, in which she did with no resistance. We texted on and off for the whole day after that, but she always ended up denying it and calling me a paranoid freak. However, because of my vehement pestering on just wanting to see the phone, she ultimately admitted to having relations with another guy for the past 2 months because I was apparently not enough for her. This broke me to the point of tears, and it's pathetic, but I thought I could sleep it off and start again. However, I decided against my heart and ended things with her today because I knew a relationship without respect and trust would never last. I am genuinely still in so much pain and self-hatred because I feel so naive and stupid for trusting someone who couldn't care less about me. Too long did not read. Broke up with girlfriend of 6 months because best friend's accusations of her being a cheater ended up being true. Here's my old man advice. Apologize to your friend. She shot straight with you, even though it was potentially uncomfortable. People like that are worth 1,000 lovers. If this were me, I'd apologize to the best friend and attempt to forget about the cheater. If she was using such dumb excuses to hide cheating, she's not worth your time or energy. You only knew her for 6 months. Don't beat yourself up or spend much time dwelling on it, browski. If she was already unhappy and cheating at the 4-month mark, then she straight up isn't worth it, and you did yourself a favor by letting her go. Today I fucked up by sleeping through a job interview. I woke up early, got ready, and the kids were off to school. When I should have left to go buy a tea or take a walk, I thought that another hour of sleep would be more rejuvenating. I slept 5 more hours. To say the least, I had lots of energy to spend on worry for how badly I let everyone down. I went to text the interviewer for a reschedule, but to do so after the meeting? So texted, "I'm sorry I wasted your time. I want the position and know I would do well at it, but if I was you, I wouldn't waste my time on someone who misses the interview without a call." She thanked me for understanding, and wished me luck, also saying that I'm welcome to apply for future positions, and to ping her when I do. The dread was palpable and I felt like such a failure, so her kind words made the day a little less bad. Had I gotten this job, I have a job, but this one paid more, it would have made me stop worrying so much. Thanks for reading, and feel free to express yourself honestly. No need to tell me about cell phone alarms. I've heard of them, and should have used it. Too long did not read. I got up early for an interview and then closed my eyes for quick blink that lasted until I paid off all my sleep debt. Honestly, shit happens. You apologized for your error and made a favorable enough impression that they're willing to set another interview with you in the future. So, yes, you fucked up, but it could have been so much worse. I have a weird relationship with sleep, and I've learned that I will just keep hitting snooze until my phone alarm clock eventually runs out of them. I've solved this problem by getting an Alexa device, finding the most obnoxious voice alarm I could find and setting it for every 5 minutes for an hour. It's going to make me have a heart attack one day, but at least I don't sleep through things anymore. IDK how you even slept, I would have been mentally preparing myself all day. It's a good lesson I guess lol. I slept through a doctor's appointment that I made 4 months ago. I think the way you acted after and how you responded to your interviewer was good. There's gonna be other opportunities and next time you won't make the same mistake. Worrying about it won't change anything. Today I fucked up by bringing a putter on a cruise ship. I'm a 34-year-old that travels on cruises with my family once a year. We always go on Royal Caribbean Oasis-class ships, which have a mini-golf, putt-putt course on their sports deck. The courses open at 9 a.m. and close around dinner time, which really just means that an attendant takes in the rubber putters and plastic balls out around those times. The actual area is wide open and well lit 24/7. Dozens of yelling children are on the courses while they are open. And, I'm not a fan of crowds and I tend to be up early in the mornings. So, about 5 cruises, years ago, I started packing my own putter and golf balls. I bring a collapsible kit, pictured below, that fits in my luggage and that you can buy wherever cheap holiday gifts are sold. Example. Anywho. While my wife sleeps in, I go putt for a while after wrecking the breakfast buffet that opens at 7 a.m. It's my time. Don't judge me. So, this past summer, we're making our way through the cruise port in Bayonne, NJ on our way to our vacation. My wife makes it through the security line with her carry-on bag. No problem. I go through behind her. I have an annoying habit of setting off metal detectors, and no alarms, bells go off. As I'm exhaling from that process, the security employee x-raying our bags asks me to step back through the magnetometer. He has me step back through twice. Still no alarms. The whole time, he's asking me about what I forgot, and talks about where we parked our car. I told him we flew in that day and took an Uber to the port. He eventually tells me, "This will be way better if you remember now." Nothing made sense to me. I'm panicking inside. Eventually the actual police were called over. Absolutely everything was rushing to my mind. Had I slept okay? Did I have my ADHD meds in the right bottle? Is that a felony? How did that show up on his screen? Etc. When the cop gets to the scene, the port's employee asked me one last time if I wanted to make things easy. And at that point I got a little testy saying, "I have no fucking clue what you're talking about." The port employee then pulls my zipped-up putter kit out of my carry-on bag and told the cop, "Here's his gun." Too long did not read. It turns out, a putter head looks damn near identical to a pistol on an X-ray machine. I wish I could say we laughed the situation out. But, it took me another 20 minutes to process what had happened. I left the putter on the ship, to avoid the same situation with TSA coming home. Former TSA officer here. A putter head looks nothing like a gun on an X-ray. It looks like a putter head. This guy was an overzealous idiot who didn't even verify what he had before calling the police. Also, flying home, if you're worried about the same issue at the airport, put it in your checked luggage. Guns are allowed there and even with the CT scanners they have, they won't alert on a gun. And even if it did, they'd just look inside your bag and say, "Oh, it's a putter." And send your bag on its way. Today I fucked up when I thought I was super security and caught a guy trying to sneak a gun onto a cruise ship. Turns out it was a collapsible putter and I'm a dipshit. Too long did not read. The cops laughed at me, again. I bet that TSA agent went home and cried into their cup of noodles after being so disappointed thinking they finally got one, but just ended up embarrassing themselves again. Today I fucked up by trying to do a redneck enema. Okay, so this is a throwaway because if this comes out in my life you know what, let's not even talk about it. So then for context, I've had issues with constipation for a while now, not severe enough to warrant going on anything but over-the-counter medicine, but I'm also broke so I haven't been able to buy much of anything, so I heard that enemas can help, so I read how to do one and I figured, hey, I can just do this with my shower if I take the shower head off and use the hose. So today I'm in the shower and I decided to do it. I take the shower head off, stick the hose up my ass, and I had it on almost max pressure. It's alright for about 10-20 seconds and I can't hold it. I get poop chunks in the shower. I get to the toilet and I almost cry and I shit out water for almost 40 minutes off and on, and my asshole hurts so bad. I'm still on the toilet making this post before the shame really sits in. TLDR, shower hose go in bum. I get filled with water, horrendous water shit for 40 minutes. My ass hurts. Congratulations. You're not constipated anymore. Look mate, I'm sure you needed relief, we have all been there. But you could have instead caused yourself a medical emergency, and that would cost you way more. If you still hurt and start having pain elsewhere after a while, get yourself to an emergency room. A bowel perforation is no joke. Stool softeners and laxatives aren't all that expensive, hell you can get both at Dollar General. Don't try and give yourself an enema, you could actually cause irreparable damage to your bowels when done incorrectly.